Hello, everybody. Welcome to What the Flick, Homeland, Season 3, Episode 10, Big Man in Tehran. Alonso Duralde, Robert Abele. Ben Mankiewicz is on the TCM cruise, and I'm sure it's killing him not to be here because last night's episode had lots of spy stuff. But he promises he'll be back for the finale next week. So, very twisty episode.
Yes, it's one of those, it's the penultimate episode. I always feel like that's maybe one of the hardest kind of episodes for a show to do well because you
got to dangle things.
Yeah, you got to dangle things, but you got to make it like, I mean, this one was okay in that respect. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like as great as the first season penultimate episode, which made you instantly want to watch the finale. I think this one was setting itself up to make, now we know that the finale will be about whether or not he gets out.
Right. Well, and you know, it's cool. I think good writing on this show sort of equals good espionage in terms of the fact that Brody has such a plausible cover story to turn that I, for one, wasn't entirely sure if really this was just what was going to be happening now, was that he was going to, you know, become a dissident, you know, he was going to defect to Iran and badmouth the U.S. And, you know, given all the crap he's gone through and, you know, the heroin addiction, everything, it was not entirely unplausible, which made him the perfect, you know, assassin, as it turns out. So
yeah, I think weirdly enough, the drama surrounding Brody was the best part of the episode because you started to, like the title of the show, Homeland, you started to think, are we seeing, you know, when the initial assassination attempt goes awry, and you do start to wonder whether he's gonna like it there, whether this is gonna be his new home, and it kind of made a little sense that he might want to like stick around and be, you know.
Especially with the presence of Abu Nazir's widow, because, you know, he was obviously very close with them, and sort of they became his family in a weird way, you know, during his years of incarceration, and he bonded with the kid who died, and, you know, so it all sort of spelled, and the show, you know, I think wouldn't be afraid to go in that direction if they wanted to. So in the same way that he's fooling the Iranian officials, he's fooling the viewers. You know, it's like it all looks good on paper, it all seems plausible, you know, which makes him then the perfect kind of, you know, either covert assassin or, you know, last minute episode shock, you know.
Yeah, it's a reminder of what you liked that first season. It's, like, it's about people who you don't know where their loyalties lie, or not. I mean, not in the case of Carrie, you know where loyalties lie, but you're never sure of her mental state.
Yeah, or how trustworthy they are, whether it's because of their loyalties or because they're just their mental stability.
Right. No, the Nazreen, the Abu Nazir widow, was a great callback. I mean, I really thought that was fantastic. In fact, I remember when you see the back of her head, I mean, you're kind of thinking, we're supposed to, you know, it's shot in a way that we're supposed to think it's going to be a big reveal. And my first thought was, I don't know why, my first thought was it was the analyst, and that she had made her way to Iran. And I thought, no, they're not going to. And I thought, if they do that, that's crazy. And then when it was Nazreen, I thought, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
No, that was well done. And then Carrie, you know, boy, still putting it on the line for Brody, like in his corner no matter what.
That's the one aspect of this season that's starting to feel a little like the same thing every episode now. Like where it's like, you know, she's part of the team and then she does something that makes her not part of the team. I mean, like they've been doing this now like almost
come up a lot,
almost every episode where she does something in the third act that makes you think, no, Carrie, don't go against the, you know, grain. And, you know, Mandy Patinkin has now had to say like a couple of times this season, Carrie, don't do that. You know, and so that's starting to get a little formulaic.
The other thing that's getting a little formulaic with Carrie that came up with this episode was the dramatic belly clutch.
Yes.
It's like, either have the baby or don't have the baby, but, you know, like, give us something. You know, come make up your mind. I'm hoping that the season finale, that's one that it doesn't become a cliffhanger, you know, the whole baby thing, because it just seems a weird, in a show that's so much about life and death, it seems a little creepy to have that be kind of a recurring, you know, plot element of, well, is she gonna or not, or, you know, or is she gonna decide to keep it, but because of what she does for a living, some horrible thing's gonna happen, and then, you know, she's gonna lose it. I mean, nothing good can come of this. No. You know, if she has a baby, that's gonna be crazy. If she doesn't, you know, I don't know.
I'm still holding on to my prediction that one of the last scenes of this season will be her walking into a clinic, you know. I mean, or something along those lines where we're supposed to be like thinking like, oh, she's going to get rid of the baby, or whatever, or she's going to have it. I mean, that's going to be obviously one of the key moments.
I guess my problem is also I don't feel like she's decided yet either. Like I feel like it's all based on, well, if Brody dies, then this is his only. But then if he doesn't, then do I want to saddle him with another kid? And, so that's I think if I don't, it's not so much that the show is dithering, it's that they're making her dither, and dithering is not usually in her wheelhouse.
Yeah. What do you think of Damian Lewis's performance this season as Brody?
God, I think it's been really good. I mean, obviously he was absent for a great deal of it, but I think his arc has been really fascinating. The whole showing the Tower of David episode I thought was great, and then the sort of he acted the hell out of that 2-day rehab or however long it took them to get him off the horse.
Yeah, I just think I do think that like it's we're being reminded of how great a reactor he is, because whatever you think, I mean, that scene at the end where he sells you the fact that he is going to go through with the mission. Yeah. Because he's in this room and he's starting to realize this is where my life completely went to shit. Right. And I now have a chance to kind of do something about it.
To literally break the circle.
Yeah, and he really, I think he handled that moment really, really well.
Yeah, no, that's there's some Emmy clip stuff in this episode for sure. No, he's been great, and they are still making me interested in the whole Tracy Letts subplot, which could have very easily just been kind of white noise, but I really like how he is now. He's got the tar on him, no matter what. So even if he does wind up taking over the CIA, he's spent enough time in the muck with Saul and with Duralde that he's not going to be the sort of high-minded crusader that he may have imagined that he was going to be, because he's been in the reality of it for too long.
Yeah. And I guess we'll probably find out next week something along the lines of the risk involved in using Faraz's uncle, as a
right. Will there be reprisals? And
I feel like that's not totally played out yet. It'll obviously probably have something to do with getting Brody out.
Sure.
And then you'll probably have to find out whether whether the people back in the States want Brody out. I mean, even though now that he's done that,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like you now have to sell him to the American public as, he wasn't really the Langley bomber. And he didn't really mean it when he went on Iranian television and talked about how we were all pigs, because that was all part of a master plan.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a tough sell.
If Brody's death is a part of this season, I mean, the drama that's going to be played out is, who wants it? How does it happen? What does it mean?
Does it vindicate him in the eyes of the public, or will it only vindicate him in the eyes of the people who already knew, what he had accomplished?
I mean, there's no guarantee that even if they get him out, that they tell the public what happened. I mean,
true.
I mean. Yeah,
They could just put him in a safe house and give him plastic surgery, and next season he'll be played by the mentalist or whatever. I don't know.
Simon Baker.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
Simon Baker joins Homeland.
I was just trying to think of like a generic TV leading man guy, So yeah, no, you're right. It is tricky for a penultimate episode, but I think this one delivered some real goods and keeps us on tenterhooks to find out how it's going to resolve. So it's like, yes, mission accomplished with killing Arkady.
General Akbari.
Akbari, thank you. Okay. Look, it took me weeks to learn Javadi. General Akbari is dead, but now it's like, can we get him out of Iran? And what happens now with Javadi? I mean, he's now even more powerful, and so does that mean that maybe Saul has less of a hold on him because he's going to be in charge of the?
Well, yeah. I mean, we never got a moment with Javadi past him seeing Brody go into the general's office and knowing that he called, back home. So his motives are now going to be interesting.
Indeed. So lots to look forward to for next week's episode. As always, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.